Sunshine. This is Joy from Michigan in the US, and I wanted to start with this painting that I did not video. I'm going to do something in a similar style, but hopefully it will look much different because that's my goal. This was a swoosh swipe based on Cause Creations, and I don't know if you guys can see all the yummy metallics in there, but I just love this piece. I have it hanging in my home. It's still curing, so I get a little time with it before I have to let it go, but it was so much fun, and it turned out so pretty, and those metallics, hopefully you can see, they're just gorgeous. So similar style, same size canvas. This is a 12 by 24 and way different colors. So I will be right back with the next canvas. So I have my 12 by 24 inch canvas prepared. It's got its background color down, which is a mix of raw umber and this beautiful, beautiful metallic from Deco Art Obsidian. Those two together made a very nice metallic brown, deep brown, chocolatey brown that I just love. And it's the middle of winter here in Michigan, but I'm going for a fall feel on this one. So I'm going to lay down a ribbon of colors and then start swiping through it. I will probably not talk through that part, and I may speed parts of that up for you guys because it can be a fairly long process and requires a lot of patience from me. So I may speed that part up for you. One other thing I wanted to mention before I get too far into this painting is I am so excited to finally have my own website. I've been putting the links in the videos, but forgetting to mention it. So I'll add the name of the website to this video. The link is in the description box. My website is www.hellosunshinepalette.com. You can see all of my artwork that's available for sale there, as well as some of my favorite pieces in my gallery. You can also email me through that site. So, all right, let's move on. This is such a gorgeous color, and it's hard to tell in this bottle because it's been used for a lot of different colors. This is Fire Opal, and it's a lovely reddish. That is not a smooth line like I wanted. That's okay. Reddish, purplish, that's probably way more than I need, metallic. This is orange, and that's actually the name of this color, just orange. And then we're gonna do some copper. Crimson. And this is red ochre, which it's just a lovely brownish red. So I'm going to put that right on top of that crimson so the crimson doesn't pop through too much. And I do feel like I have way too much paint on this canvas already, but that's okay. All right, let's get to swiping. My swipe tool today will be paper towel. The ends of it will be wet. Gotta clean my fingers first. I'm gonna grab a pair of scissors so I can cut them to the length that I want, and we will go from there. So you can see here, I'm swiping with paper towel, and the bottom probably inch or so of that paper towel is wet. I use a squirt bottle and I spray each piece of paper towel individually. I found that if I wet them all at the same time, I really can't get them apart. So I do them individually. So this video is really sped up. If I had shown this whole process to you at normal speed, you guys would be sitting here for an hour. So I don't think anyone wants to watch that whole long process. So I immediately noticed I was not getting the cells that I wanted. I wanted cells like my first piece that I showed in this video had, and it just wasn't happening. So I added some black. Black sells up usually pretty nicely. And then I added some gold and some Fire Opal because metallics are usually really, really good at selling up. And then I'm swiping again with a paper towel dipped in black. And I continue to have the same problem, no cells. So I think my problem here was that I mixed my paints much too thick. And so the reaction between the paints just didn't happen. So I plan on redoing this piece the same technique with much thinner paints and the same colors. This piece quickly went from happy experiment to frustrated joy. So you'll see in a little bit, I really do get quite frustrated with this piece. Everything I tried, it felt like it just wasn't working the way I wanted it. So I eliminated a lot of the swiping that I did just because it would be a very, very long video. I did do some swipes with the background color on just to smooth the outside lines of my design. And where the piece is right now, I don't completely dislike it, but I don't love it. It wasn't what I really, really wanted. And so I think my frustration with not being able to achieve what I wanted just kind of magnified every little bit of it that I didn't like and made it worse. So I kept swiping for quite a while, continued trying. I dipped lined colors up on my paper towel and swiped that way. Then I went over it with black. I just tried every technique I could possibly think of to create the look that I wanted. I added lots and lots of colors. You'll see towards the end I have lots and lots of blended colors. And I think that was part of the issue. I didn't want blended colors. I wanted celled up colors. I do recommend having lots of different sizes of paper towel and keep a pair of scissors handy because you never know when you're going to need just a teeny tiny piece. So that's always good. I don't like the swipe from that direction. I feel like it looked better before I added what I just did, but you live and learn. There, swiping with the background color and just cleaning up my edge that I didn't care for. I also felt like when I do my swipe, I try to twist my hand to get to a more fine line, and that twisting action, I just wasn't doing it right. Now you see here the painting that I'm swiping over is very different from what was on the last screen. I added silicone to my black because I couldn't get the cells that I wanted, and I still wasn't happy with the results. So I eliminated that entire section for you because it was a long chunk of time, and I end up completely changing the piece anyways. So this is just adding more color, trying to expand the design so it's bigger. And then I decided to try to swipe with the popsicle stick, which actually looked kind of nice. So I thought, well, I'll try my big cake knife and see what we can do. And I thought that was pretty. It still wasn't what I wanted, but it was okay. And so here we go with another big swipe. I missed a section, so I'm going to go back and fix that. And no. I'm so frustrated. There's my little tantrum. I really wanted to just throw the canvas out the window. So I remixed the colors and put them down as my background. I just kind of mixed them all around. I layered a cup with all the colors I had been using and did a wandering straight pour. At this point, I was so frustrated. I don't even know what I was thinking. Clearly, I get down to the end here and realize very quickly that's not anywhere near enough paint. So I did a second cup because I don't really want to keep that weird brown background, and did more of a straight pour. And now we're just going to stretch this out and see what we end up with. And again, this is all sped up. I do not stretch my canvases this quickly. And I think at this point, nearly anything I created would have been frustrating to me. So I was having a hard time seeing any value in the piece, but I kept trying. And that's one of those lessons I have to keep relearning, try again. So at this point, I'm okay with it. I feel like it's got some potential. I liked what was going on in the top portion of the canvas more than that bottom third. So I'm going to stretch that out just a little bit and see if we can't change things up. And of course, I'm not paying any attention to the fact that I'm tilting this canvas completely away from you guys so you can't see it. So sorry about that. And then I decided this upper corner, I didn't really want to stretch it. I just needed to add some black. So that's just the permanent black. I know it looks a little bit different than the black next to it, but it's just because it hasn't settled in. So it just filled that corner with some lovely negative space. I did stretch it just a little to make sure that there wasn't a huge gap. And here's the finished piece. All right, guys, here is the finished piece in the orientation that I will probably display it myself. And I'm gonna switch it just so you guys can get a better close-up. This piece really surprised me because, guys, I really kind of love it now. It was such a frustrating process, and I was completely irritated with this piece. Like I said, I wanted to throw it out the window, but I kind of love it now. And I finally, look at that, I finally got my cells that I was wanting so badly. It's really got a lot of interest, I think, and just even these lines here. So I'm happy with it. It dried really nicely. I was worried about that silicone eating up through the piece and destroying what I already had going on, but I feel like it dried very nicely. So I'm happy with it. It is officially named Tantrum. I feel like it has the right colors for that as well. So let me know what you think. Would you call this something different? Have you ever had a tantrum with your canvas? I'd love to hear from you. Leave me a comment. If you haven't already, I'd love it if you'd hit the subscribe button, like this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks so much.